Disclaimer: all acts and processes presented in this video are for roleplay purposes only. Please consult a professional equestrian before working with any equines. Thank you, and please stay safe, guys.
Break down my walls, you know you got me standing so tall. With your love, ain't gonna fall, because you see me right through it all. With your love.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then welcome. My name is Haley, and today I'm going to start training for an upcoming Reining show at the end of the month.
I've been told I should go find myself again. You're taking my soul, everything I own, poison in my head.
Last video, you'd know I had been training for a show jumping competition at Jorvik Stables on my mom's older show jumper gelding, and I actually did quite well, so feel free to check out that video if you haven't already. I also attended the Ghostly Games hosted by SSC, but today I'm switching styles and will be using Dirty Money, who is the son of Big Checks to Cash, a very famous and talented reining stud. Dirty Money, aka Cash, is so far showing great potential since I've started working with him. Before we actually start training, let's meet Cash a little more. Cash is a registered quarter horse stud with a beautiful deep black coat with a bald face and 4 socks. I actually find it interesting how his markings resemble his dad. My dad is into reining, so last year at the stock show, he purchased Cash for a somewhat hefty price as a 4-year-old. Cash is now 5 years old and loves what he does. He has the heart of a performer, and I honestly think he loves the attention. I showed him a few times last year and he did fairly well, but this will be his first big time show. And while I am super nervous, I am excited to be able to show at such an opportunity. Enough rambling, let's actually get into the video. So this morning I had some chores to attend to since my mom just had surgery. Don't worry, she's doing okay, she's just tired. I've had to step up and help with her chores, including feeding her chickens. Once I got everyone fed, I went to check on the foals, including Finn, a colt out of my mare Gomorrah, and of course the newest foal, who is already 2 months old now, Legend. Legend is a very special colt on my channel as he is the son of Marble, who passed away while birthing him. Legend is doing very well, he is halter broke and becoming more independent. He loves to play with Finn, the two are like brothers now, and I was given the okay to take Legend and his new broodmare to the ranch. Be sure to keep an eye out for more updates on Legend since I've started posting on Pinterest. I'll have a link to my Pinterest account in the description. Moving on, Cash was just in the barn with the other stallions and was very eager to see me since he loves to be ridden, honestly. I try to keep him as clean as possible, but that is very difficult since Cash not only loves to roll, but he hates water, so bathing is a process, but I'm working on desensitizing him to the hose. Today I'm using his plain reining saddle since it has a smaller horn so I don't ram my stomach into it when Cash does a sliding stop. Then an old bridle I use since it has a nice gentle snaffle bit, and I could honestly ride bridleless with Cash since he is not only well trained but mainly works off of my legs and voice cues, which is good. However, the NRHA requires a bridle, so I can't do that. Anyway, I'm putting on these pillow wraps on so he doesn't hurt his legs in the arena, and it also provides protection to the ligaments there and support. I didn't have any lessons today, so the arena was pretty much empty, which was actually quite nice since I could focus on Cash and not running into another horse or lesson student. Cash was pretty spunky this morning, so I had a longer warm-up before he finally decided to pay attention to me so I could actually get to reining. To be honest, reining is one of my favorite events to ride in. It combines speed, precision, and accuracy to pattern all while having a broke horse. A typical reining pattern has 2 sets of spins, 2 sets of circles, with a combination of a large fast and small slow circles, lead changes within the figure 8, then rundowns, sliding stops, a backup, and lastly rollbacks. Now I know that was a lot, but don't worry, it isn't as complicated as it sounds. Spins are a given and are done both directions, so right and left. The rundowns, stops, and rollbacks are typically one maneuver and scored accordingly. A good rundown involves intense speed down the side of the arena, making sure to have plenty of room to go into your sliding stop. A good sliding stop needs a horse that will drop its hocks into the dirt and walk up front, allowing for the horse to slide. However, make sure you give yourself room, otherwise if you're less than 20 feet away from the wall, you will receive a penalty. Trust me, I've learned from experience. A rollback needs to be quick and prompt. The horse should roll back cleanly over his haunches and lope off with no trot steps. which is something Cash needs to work on. As you can see, I'm basically using the reins to lift his head so he can lift and use his shoulder in order to roll back. I have received penalties for trotting more than 2 strides in Cash's rollback, so I intend to improve that. Next are the circles. In a pattern, there's always 3 circles to the left and 3 to the right. Whether that be 1 large fast, 1 small slow, 1 large fast, or 2 large fast, 1 small slow. The large fast circles are taken at a gallop, and penalties can result anywhere from being out of lead to breaking gate. The large fast takes up a big part of the arena, whereas small slows are smaller and within the large fast, except at a steady lope. Cash absolutely loves doing circles, and lead changes are his specialty. Lead changes are executed at the center of the arena, and it is ideal to be symmetrical in your circles and changes. There are 2 types of changes, simple and flying. Simple is where you break to the trot in order to switch, and flying is where you change while loping, which is a higher degree of difficulty, earning you more maneuver points. When backing up, there isn't too much to say except be swift, straight, and correct. Typically in reining you are asked to back 4 steps, but it depends on the pattern. As you can see, reining is a skill and an art that comes with practice. I am very excited for this competition and will definitely be making a video on that, so keep a sharp eye. That was a lot of information, I know, but with that in mind, here is a nice montage of a full riding pattern. Anyway, I think Cash has a good shot at winning this competition, so I am very excited for that show coming up. For now, I am gonna call it a day and get him untacked. I'll definitely have to work on the whole water situation since I can't even do basic things like rinse him off when he's sweaty. He's gotten better, but it's still an issue. Since the video isn't too long, I think I'm actually gonna show you guys some cool stuff I've been working on with Jade at Serenity. Jade is a Gymkhana mare and is doing well, especially since I found her love of Liberty work. Oddly enough, she's done very well with that and has progressed faster than I would have ever thought she would and really loves it. Obviously, Liberty is much different than braille racing. For one, there is no tack, and Jade has made it to the point where I can take the training halter and lead rope off and still have her full attention. She picked up the bow fairly quickly, but still struggles with the rear. It's rough, but getting there. I've done a bit of Liberty work in college, but not much, so by no means am I an expert, but I know some training. She's done well keeping focus on me and requires little aids and cues. That's the interesting thing about Liberty, is that it looks like a bunch of random gestures, but rather it's a connection or a bond between horse and rider. At first, Jade was unsure about riding with no tack, and it took her a bit to get used to it, but now it's like second nature to her, and she seems to prefer it rather than riding with the saddle. Anyway, I think that'll be all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, sound off in the comments, and hit that subscribe button. I hope you have a great day or night, and see you next video.
We've been talking for an hour, we just can't find the end. we won't understand each other. I wonder how it feels to fall asleep.